So up comes one champ, Chris Judd, for the toss of the coin. And ironically, Adam Simpson's first game was in round 1895 against West Coast, Juddy's old team. But
Adam, all the best, mate. We've got Rob here doing the toss. Adam. And Chris, this is Rob. Okay, Chris, when you're ready. Chris, your call. Tails is a call. That's a head, Adam. No worries. Thanks, Rob.
Blues Jumper Award this week is had 2 good weeks in a row. In the ones, led from the front, he's done a job for the side, so goes to Levi. Well done, mate.
Levi Greenwood given the player award for his job on Daniel Rich last week. And if you don't mind the pun, the job looks a little bit richer for him this week too. He's going to go against one of the best in the business, Levi, in Chris Judd. Now that is an enormous task for a young bloke. Now we also know that Adam Simpson, there you see him on the middle of the screen there, has torn his calf muscle. We had amazing access to him during the week, and that story will run at half-time. I also spoke to a senior medico downstairs. His view is that Simpson should be okay. The real problem when you deaden an area is the damage you may incur to surrounding muscles and bones. Now, we know that this is his final game of football. He doesn't have to worry about coming up again next week, so it is a risk, and the Kangaroos are willing to take that risk. He may wake up pretty sore tomorrow. I also spoke to the chairman of North Melbourne before the game, James Brayshaw. He said that Simo, being the bloke that he is, wouldn't step out there tonight if he thought he was going to be a liability, and we know that that is just not in his DNA. Good luck to him tonight.
Good on you, Tim.
So, Friday night football. Of course, we're talking a lot about North Melbourne, but the stakes so high for Carlton after that poor performance last week against Collingwood. And Chris Judd, hurt last week, okay this week, and behind him, Bryce Gibbs with a haircut, a real haircut. Corey Jones 4 goals last week.
You can see the influence that Chris Judd's had on Bryce Gibbs. Just needs a skinhead just to look like his idol, but they've been in great form. We know that Geelong, that Carlton have such a great...
back at any time, okay? If you're the aggressor, I'm going to ping you.
Scott Thompson has been the aggressor for a lot of his days, and he seems to get whacked more than most. Tim Notting got a week for hitting him last week, but as I was saying, the Carlton midfield's star-studded, no doubt, but North will make a battle of this.
So finally, we're underway, and a pretty good crowd too. Umpires tonight, McBurney, Rosebery and Ryan, and the opening bounce. Now the ruckman touched the ball. Cruiser at the second attempt. Anthony. Gibson stolen though by Carrazzo. Russell did well. Scotland. How about this for a return? Stevens misses. Not his best effort.
He started in the centre square, which was pretty interesting too, Stevens. Back after a month. Sent away to improve his form. And he's a mighty fine player. Urquhart's kicked to centre wing. Little give by McIntosh. Anthony has been very impressive in the few games we've seen him. Petrie hasn't kicked a goal for a while, Petrie, but he's playing forward, and that's a lovely kick. And this bloke, as Dennis says, has kicked a goal recently. 4 of them last week.
Don't often see the ball taken end to end, but that's exactly what North were able to do from that kick out. It was quick ball movement, play on at all costs. You mentioned Anthony in the call. His run to get involved in that bit of play. He ran 120 metres. I had a look at him, but good quick play, good ball use, and they get their first shot at goal.
Getting some footy in him at last, Jones. He's played the last 6. He looked like he might be just about gone earlier this year, but 4 goals last week. He's just hooked it, so Stevens misses at one end and Jones at the other, and it's all square.
What was important too, I think, that Petrie came forward to actually give them the transition through the half-forward line. I think that's the area of the ground that the Kangaroos have really been struggling to get any penetration.
Thornton in the pocket. Jamison again, a late withdrawal. Armfield towards the wing. Carrazzo in front. Ferrito can't keep it in. So boundary throw in at the interchange gates. Nick Stevens, much maligned. He was there for Carlton during the tough times. McIntosh goes after the footy. Gibson taken down by Gibbs, and the umpire will do it again.
Signs of transition, isn't it, in the Kangaroos, that Greenwood is now the guy they're giving the duties of the tag around the middle again, and Brady Rawlings is being therefore forced to play permanent defence.
Greenwood and Judd off the ball. Meantime, McIntosh got a hand to it. Judd didn't have the footy. Advantage will not be paid. I think it'll come back.
The other thing that Levi Greenwood was doing in the zone, North Melbourne players were setting up in the zone, but he wasn't a part of it. He just went and manned up Judd one-on-one.
So Judd short to Joseph, and then Joseph kicks to the pocket. And Halpin and Favola were there. A good punch away by Grimer.
I think they say there's no such thing as personality umpiring, but I think Thompson will be free kicked if he does anything half illegal. They're really looking at the way he's defending.
So Cruiser and McIntosh together. Carazzo's handball cut off by McIntosh. Probably wants the boundary lines. And the other Simpson.
There's no doubt that he got warned of that before the game, didn't he?
Yeah.
You don't often see that sort of information being transferred so early, but the umpire letting Thompson know that he was on notice.
Holding any bets, free kick. Come through. Holding jump up, Brady Rawlings. Here.
So against Rawlings, Betts quickly on, gets a short to Carazzo in the pocket.
Carazzo just lays it off. Barely the 15. Russell comes up and takes the mark. Now goes infield to Robinson. So they're bouncing it around.
That's good. If you're going to go inboard like that, you've got to do it really quickly before the opposition defence can get set. So good play by Russell to look and do.
I'm watching.
Taking a leaf out of the LA Lakers book with a triangle offense there. They worked a little triangle, bouncing it around. Here's Robinson.
High free kick.
Oh, speak of the devil.
Contact free kick, Kangaroos. Let go, Scotty. You guys who got the free, just let go. High tackle, downfield. Okay, I'll look for that. I'll look for that. Hey, here, if I see that, I'll pay the free, okay? All
meanwhile,
right, you've
back
told
at the
me,
game.
I'll watch it for it.
Simpson lays it off. Good shepherd too to release Harvey, who comes down towards half forward. Terrible kick. Bauer tumbles in, takes the mark, goes back towards centre half back and gives.
Who gives quickly to Judd. Brought down in a very good tackle by Greenwood, and then Gibson back to Power. Power's got time to use it, and he does. Thomas.
One of the most efficient ball users by foot in the competition, Sam Power. He picks good targets and executes them very well, and you see here Scott Thompson does get pretty annoying, and Fev, he should know that the umpire's watching. That was a poor decision.
And coming off the ground for his work, Fev.
So the big goal kicker in the match, you'd think, going in, comes off the ground, and Thomas gets the first.
Everyone can help Toyota help the environment. Just plant a tree.
The Cornu Carpet department is huge. We've got more than anyone else.
Big brand, bigger savings. Red Book, Godfrey Hirst, Taskmaster and Westwalls. Thousands of metres, lowest prices.
These are room full, $89.
The Cornu.
It's massive.
And Fev, just the one goal last week, getting a little reprogramming. 9 goals against the Tigers a couple of weeks back, with a disappointing opening term. Complex man. Judd's got it. Gibson got him. McIntosh. Gibson over the football. Got boot to ball. Sent it towards half forward. Harvey. Now Anthony across to McIntosh. McIntosh boots it inside the forward 50. Hanson.
Don't kick it. High contact. Over the shoulder.
And so when the umpire blew the whistle, I thought Hanson was going to get the kick.
So did I. I thought Hanson was in front.
I think
Ball goes.
see why on the replay.
We always do. Well, most of the time. McIntosh slides in, takes a mark, plays on. They work it around the outer side. Harvey.
Got it from Power, and then back to Anthony. And then Anthony to Petrie. And that's
good,
a boundary throw.
Liam Anthony runs hard. He runs to good spots. He always puts himself in a position to receive, and even very early in this match, 7 minutes in, he's been good for North.
He's played the last half a dozen matches now, Anthony, and he's already made an impact.
Play on! Play on!
And so the McIntosh kick touched. Hadley caught. He's the inclusion for Jamieson. Houlihan to Scotland, to Russell. Oh, it turned out all right. Here's Gibbs running through the centre, got around Campbell, and then goes long to Cruiser over the back.
Hands in the back. Hands in the back. Matthew Cruiser's free kick, hands in the back. Michael there now.
Well, you knew Scotty was going to give away a free kick at that end, didn't you? It was coming. Cruiser's kick.
Oh, good mark.
Gibbs it is.
He was in the nest of the North Melbourne players, and it was going to have to be a really strong contested mark for him to get the shot, as he did.
Those #1 draft picks stick together, don't they? The other one started on the interchange tonight, Murphy, and he's still there. Fev's back. Gibbs hasn't had a whole lot of set shots this season, just the 4 coming into tonight. He's 2 goals and 2 behind so far. He's in front of the ledger, and it's all square again.
Nah, this is low. Acer eMachine laptop, 4GB memory, 2-year warranty in Windows Vista, $849. Optical mouse, $9. Digital TV tuner, just $49. And flexi rent from as little as $20 a week and get a free $200 petrol voucher. When we say low, we mean low prices at A&R.
Gibbs off the ground now. Favola back out there. Lively start to this one. 7 points apiece on Friday Night Football. The early going. Adam Simpson's last game. Carlton desperate for a victory. Slick towards Simpson from Harvey. He paddles the ball in front of him. Rolls out between his legs. Rawlings. Anthony caught one high for Rito. Urquhart. Well, blindsided by Fev. And it will be Favola's free kick. Didn't see him coming. So Favola back on the ground suddenly with Enterprise darting in there and applying the pressure.
You need eyes in the back of your head, and he certainly didn't have them. It's interesting, if Russell had kicked a goal, would that have been a paid advantage? Sometimes I think in the advantage rule, Carlton have got 2 chances at goal.
So Favola probably, I was talking about those performances in recent weeks, his football's equivalent of Sybil. You wonder whether Fev's 2 personalities should both be counted against the salary cap. Here he is directly in front, about 35 metres out. This could reignite him after coming off the ground. They're giving away a very soft free kick. In he comes, and it's hit the post. Not sure where that leaves him.
Wait for that ball to come off, Scott. Wait for it to come off.
We're just putting it through the computer now, Dennis.
A lot better set up here from Carlton in this kick out than their first run that North took coast to coast.
It's not the first time a ball's gone from left to right and hit the post for Fev this year, is it? Hawthorn.
Hawthorn, yep.
On a much more dramatic stage. He's going to get it again here. So Cruiser's playing out of the goal square at the moment, and Favola's up the field a bit. Neat kick.
On there,
to Walker. Lovely to see him back too. First game for the season. It's about when he started last year as well.
Tuck the head, do something with it, Mark.
So Murphy just coming onto the ground. Thomas squaring it up to McMahon.
Well,
and then McMahon should go down the line, and he does. Swallows away. Now Petrie's going to provide the lead. Swallow kicks it in his direction. It's a good kick.
Max here, Brett.
I know he's gone wide, Petrie, but it was a good kick.
Just the fact that he's presented twice and got 2 marks in this first half of the first quarter, I think is good news for the Kangaroos.
One thing they've struggled with, North, is getting the ball inside 50, just an average of 45 in their games this year. Already ahead on that stat, 5-4, actually down 5-4, but they look like they're getting it in there a lot better than in previous weeks.
He's got a good goal-kicking record against Carlton, Petrie, but he hasn't kicked a goal for a month. But now tonight gets a chance by playing deep forward. So again all square, as it's been for much of this opening term.
Houlihan to himself. Short. Thornton. Not a lot of urgency there. Spills behind. Hadley taken down by Greenwood. Ball releases. Harvey's over it. Greenwood comes again. Gets to his feet. Still going. Claim.
Thanks. Leave it. Thank you.
Saw before the game that Levi Greenwood has received 2 Players Awards in the last 2 weeks. He's laid 2 fantastic tackles early in this match.
Walker, good to see him back in the action. Murphy at half-back hesitates. Armfield, well, that was a replica of what happened at the other end. And Petrie gets a free kick. He did it for Vola.
Yes, I think we know the teammates are going to call for the ball all the time, but it doesn't mean they're in the correct position. The guy with the ball in hands has to be able to make sure that if he's going to give it to his teammate, at least he's got a split second. They've been caught cold, those couple of defenders in the forward 50.
Moments ago, he missed from the forward pocket, now directly in front. Kicks from right on the 50. Nice kick too. Beautiful kick. North Melbourne in front.
Memories of yesterday never far away. And all the things we love are here to stay. The waste continues before our very eyes, while the good times continue to thrill us and surprise. And the beat goes on. The beat goes on. And the beat goes on.
Well, Petrie's made an impact early, hasn't he?
Yep.
So Judd, who I think at the end of last week, a lot of us thought he might not be playing this week. He had the ankle strapped, didn't play much of the last quarter against Collingwood, but out there tonight.
Holding no chance, my ball.
It's such a vital game, isn't it, for Carlton? I mean, sitting on 9 wins. Only twice since 01 have they actually got to 10 wins in a season. They haven't won, or they haven't played a final in such a long time since the 2001 season.
Well, before their loss last week, they'd won the 3 previous to that, but they haven't been in great form. Their early season form's been a lot better than their recent form, and look, against any opposition, it's no gimme at the moment.
And at 3/4 time against Sydney in the third of those wins, they weren't travelling that well that day, were they?
Go, Carlton! Tackle!
Here they are, Hadley.
Inside the centre square. Goes looking for Favola, lurking behind. Well, going to ground as it turned out, O'Halpin. Close to the boundary line, Thompson, claimed by Betts.
Got in.
I think the Kangaroos have had to rethink about their setup. Petrie mainly played back last week to try and be an extra tall around Brisbane's Jonathan Brown, but this week they've let Hale out of the forward line, or left him out of the forward line. Petrie's been given that task.
Taken high as Harvey. Harvey lays it off. Simpson cruising past. Now Power. A good kick normally. Judd over the top. Judd will not be happy. Well, for him, he wasn't happy. Ball goes to the outer side from Simpson. Grimer the short one. And the mark is taken again by Power.
And now using Harvey's run. But Robinson was going to corral him. McMahon got it from Grimer. Kick to Simpson. So North get the advantage, and Ferrito goes to Petrie on a long lead. Big, strong lead too by Petrie. Thomas almost had it. Judd gets back. A couple of Carlton players still reeling on the deck here. You can see them in the foreground as the Blues go wide. And Houlihan's got hold of it. There's Thornton down.
Yeah, and Bauer.
So 2 of their key defenders as Hampson sits under a ball for a long time and takes the mark.
Bauer showed a lot of courage coming back with a flight of it. Gibbs comes out wide for Bowler. Couldn't quite reach it. Takes a Carlton bounce. Murphy had a long time. For Bowler, can he kick it? No. Pulls it back towards the goal. I'm sure he was going for goal. Off hands. Betts deep in the pocket. Creates some space. Who'll get there first? Boot to ball. Good enough, Stevens.
I tell you, the happiest player on the ground that Carlton kicked the goal was Brendan Favola, because he just should have given the handball. He had a handball on to Simpson, chose to have the shot at goal. So the fact that in that flow of play, they've ended up with the goal. Might have saved him. Another message from the coach, I suspect, but it was just a good quick kick. Quick, and a couple of Carlton players been interchanged. When you hit the ball as hard as Petrie did, that's a double value.
Come in and see the good guys. Pay cash and we'll slash the prices.
The Good Guys. Pay less, pay cash.
Eat a wide variety of fruit and vegetables every day? Who's got the time? Nah, we all have. Heron's all-natural daily fruits and berries and daily vegetable supplements contain 12 varieties of each. Simply top up your intake. Simply Heron.
So Stevens the goal. Now, a couple of injuries. Tim, I know you're down there. Bauer and Thornton, they both look like they were doing it a bit tough.
Thornton looks like he may have done his shoulder. You see him on screen there, and Bauer looks to have hurt his right knee.
Well, we'll be keeping an eye on that. So for the 4th time in this opening term, scores level. Cruiser, Hadley, and then Hadley switches it well to the run of Murphy. Murphy goes inside. Robinson back to Murphy. Now he's been kicking goals all year. He takes his time and gets his 20th for the season.
Good play by Murphy. I mean, I think he realised he had Ferrito for pace, so he was going to get as close to the goal as he could before he actually kicked it. Sort of made a certainty of it. It was always probably going to be a goal from the time that Robinson found him in space, but he just kept going to get as close to goal as possible.
Coach on the phone, and he's got problems in defence. That is wonderful courage by Paul Bauer coming back with a flight of it. Thornton had no option coming up. I think if you roll that replay backwards, it says Paul is dead. There's an opportunity for Hadley, taken down by Greenwood, and will have a bounce alongside the centre circle.
Well, it looked like the contact was predominantly to his hip area, like to his buttock. It might be a lower back thing that he's been concerned with, but be interesting to see if he's able to deaden that pain and get back.
He's trying to. They can ill afford a couple of tall defenders off the ground, even briefly.
Well, Halpin's gone back onto Petrie at the moment, trying to cover that hole.
As we mentioned, Jamison, a late withdrawal again. Stevens stood up in the tackle, claimed by Power.
He's the ultimate utility, Gibson. He started last week on Jonathan Brown, and tonight he started as a midfield tagger taking on Bryce Gibbs.
Goldstein.
Free kick. Bryce Gibbs. Your kick hold.
Nothing to do with Goldstein. He won the tap. Bryce Gibbs gets the free, chips it out wide. Simpson in a rich vein of form to Walker. Looks back towards the middle. Walker now goes for distance. Eddie Betts in position A. Tried for the one-hander. Couldn't complete it. Spills out. Taken by Robinson. Betts slaps it wide towards Carrazzo. Close to the line. Simpson nowhere to go. Boundary throw-in.
Spoke before about Greenwood playing the tagging role, and Brady Rawlings having to play permanent back 50. I don't think that suits Brady Rawlings. It might be the only spot for him at the moment, but his speed gets found out a little back there.
Cruiser won the tap. Simpson and then Murphy got hands to the ball.
Tackles very much in North Melbourne's favour at the moment, 18-6. So the pressure is there from the Roos, but the Blues just running really well at the moment to kick the last couple of goals.
So Power has had a fair bit of it early. 7th disposal. Now McMahon. It's got Anthony Short out this side. And he's got Thompson very short, so he's going to have to kick this accurately, but he's kicked it terribly. Very slowly to a contest. North might get lucky here. Gibbs couldn't hold the mark. And then Gibson out wide. Thomas and Armfield. Thomas searching for a free. Armfield, well, he looked to have hold of him for a while, and Walker runs it over, so boundary throw-in.
Sometimes when you dress it up, it works against you. Boundary throw in. Will still help. Goldstein in front. Cruiser now works in front. They lock up. Cruiser, Judd, surrounded. Well done by Greenwood, but held on too long.
Oh! Slung him to the ground. Chris, your kick. Chris Judd. Chris Judd. Clear out now. Clear out.
So Judd with the ball on the wing. Had a great season. Certainly used to duress. Speak of the devil. There's Joseph. That's his stock in trade. He's down towards right half forward. Another short one. Heath Scotland. 75 metres out from goal. Now where's Fev? Well, wanting it long is Hampson. Cruiser drifting back as well. So he puts it in the air. Cruiser's got the run, but he won't get to the contest. He's lurking behind. He's got it now. Slips it away. Robinson. Oh, well done by the big man. Almost set up a goal. Robinson misses.
Yes, the Carlton, they were looking for Favola, but Thompson, I think, had his body, and Pratt had his leading space 10 metres in front. So the double teaming of Favola is, I guess, so easy because he looks like he's the only Carlton go-to player in their forward 50.
Very wide kick to Ferrito, who did very, very well here. Did well to get there in the first place, and thought that he might have kept it in, getting it to Swallow, but a boundary throw in. So North just stalling a bit here after a bright start. Blues have kicked the last couple. Carazzo shoveling it forward basically, and Grimer's got the free. Now that's a very slack kick, but Rawlings, McMahon, back to Thompson. Thompson looks up and all you can see are Blues, but he went the corridor and it was a clever kick in the end. And Rawlings using the run of Urquhart, who is quick. Stevens won't get to him. Harvey, and then Harvey's kick out in front's a good one. Campbell, well, he had to wait for the footy to sit, and then Campbell brings it back to the front of the square. Petrie can't quite get a handle on it, but left foot by Goldstein was touched by O'Halpin.
Satanta in the nick of time. And Cruiser played it well in the pocket too. Didn't overcommit going to Campbell. Just stayed off him. Houlihan to himself. Comes away, kicks outside the 50. Reaching over the top, McIntosh slapped it down. Greenwood, Judd got him with relish. And the ball goes out of bounds.
There was, as you said, Dan, he was very keen to pay back for a couple of the hard tackles that he's received. North Melbourne, Harvey, Power, McIntosh, Rawlings and Anthony, 5 players that have had more than half of North Melbourne's touches. They're a little bit one-dimensional at the moment.
Simpson's kick down towards full forward. Austin. Third mouse gets the cheese. Simpson is breaking. He's got it now. It's wide open around the outer side for Carlton. Lays it off. Stevens running hard. Carazzo. Can he get there? Fingertips to it. Carazzo. Corralled by Grimer. The moment has passed. He comes back to the middle. Robinson. Russell wants it. Russell has got it. 55 metres out. Flirted with going. Decided against it. Here comes Favola. And Favola's got the mark.
Great kick.
Pretty handy mark too, wasn't it? But it was a great kick. Almost an involuntary action. Just got him on the CFC.
Yeah, no, Scott Thompson had no chance there. The space. Favola was able to control that space.
Hold your arm there, but you can't go like that.
Made sure that he was between his man and that space, and then the kick was perfectly weighted for him.
I got end. Sorry. You go now?
Fev, a goal and a poster last week. He's got a poster tonight. Whoops. And he's missed to the right-hand side. Just missed that right-hand post. Interesting. Statisticians have a lot of time to think. In his career, he's hit the left-hand post 21 times, Fev, and the right-hand post 22 times.
Bring it in. Fine.
Does that make him a very straight kick?
Well, there's a sort of rumba beat going, I think. He's got a tempo.
Urquhart short to Thompson. Well, Sybil will be happy, Dan, because it's all sort of equal, isn't it?
It is. Great movie.
Here's Ferrito to Anthony. Goldstein.
Hold there, Satana, hold there!
Goes short down the line. Simpson. Cade, who's, as Dennis said earlier, he's had another very good season, Simpson. Carazzo, who a minute ago, his run to create something at half forward ended up in the Favola shot for goal. Bauer back on the field. Scotland, and then Scotland on the left to Austin. Pratt got him, and then Russell coughed it up a bit. Armfield cut off by Thomas. They need clean ball here. Jones was good there, and so was Harvey. Back to Jones, and then Jones on the wrong side, perfectly out in front of Harding, who would love to go on here. Not sure if he can get the journey, Harding.
That little hand by Brent Harvey back against the grain. This one here was the one that created that space. Carlton thought they had North Melbourne corralled, thought they had the pressure on them, but just the wherewithal to bring that handball back into the corridor created the opportunity for Corey Jones.
He's 8 goals, 2 from set shots this year, Harding. He's been kicking goals in recent weeks. Former leading goal kicker at the club a fair while ago now, with a modest total. But he's timed that beautifully, and he can go all the way comfortably. That's a good return.
There's an easier way to do things these days. That's why at SGIC, we've changed the way you buy car insurance. We call it the Unold Way. From now on, you call the shots. You choose the type of cover that suits you and the savings that suit your budget. Easy choices. It's the Unold Way. Visit us or call 133 233 and unworry.
The Blues can't afford to lose tonight. It's as simple as that. The romance with North, the reality with Carlton.
With these two, Joseph and Harvey. Harvey with 9 touches already tonight. He's up and running.
McIntosh having a good season too. Boots it inside the forward 50. Austin didn't have the footy. Still going. Well, was he pushed to the back? Now the umpire lets them play, and that's holding the ball.
You're going to do something with it. You're going to do something with it.
Hasn't this changed in the last couple of weeks? And the tempo, as you say, Lee, is again being set tonight.
Well, I guess it's a continuation of last weekend that holding the ball is being played quite regularly.
Fire opportunity is walking out the door. Here's Hansen. Oh, dear.
There wasn't a great deal of prior opportunity there, Dent, and there might have been a little bit of high contact at the beginning.
So Scotland with those scores level again, short to Houlihan.
Oh, there, Corey. Move it on.
It was a terrible kick by Hansen, but probably matched the decision. McIntosh over the top. Ferrito down low. And then has to get it out, and he does. And then Hadley has to keep it in, and he does.
Good body work, Simpson.
Yeah, kept McMahon off. And then Murphy's little one to Favola. Well, Fev doesn't know how long there is to go. He pushes it forward. Betts quickly onto it. No free kick. Joseph. And then Joseph swings the handball over the top. And Carazzo. Betts diving at the end, and
well, the contact was from the front, but there was a little bit of high stuff, but incidental.
Speaking of high stuff, that was high on Swallow. So interesting opening term.
Well, they're invested, North Melbourne. Last week they only had 32 tackles for the whole game. They've had 24 in the first quarter, so they've come here with a purpose to make sure they put pressure on the Blues.
And they're doing that on the scoreboard as well. It's all square. 22 apiece on Friday night footy.
To the bench with his tongue hanging out, had a bit of a rest. Carazzo then went to Harvey, so it'll be interesting to see whether he can run with him for the rest of the night.
Adam Simpson looking on. Start of the second term Friday night football. 22 points apiece. McIntosh has been terrific, wins the tap. Cruiser gets it, smothered by Rawlings, taken by Robinson. Betts goes down towards half forward. Favola couldn't hang on. McMahon, Swallow. Swallow still in trouble, out of trouble. Cramp kick did it well. Greenwood dropped it. McMahon follows up, hugs the boundary line with the kick. Well,
First grab was okay. First grab.
Hanson paid the mark.
And then he goes down the line as well, looking for Thomas, and then Campbell. He overran at Armfield. Murphy, Campbell put a good tackle on, and then Armfield tackled by both Thomas and Campbell.
Straight away, Michael.
Often talk about Thomas and Campbell in the same sentence, don't we?
Murphy handballed after he was tackled. That was fine. Second guy had no chance.
When the two of them and Harvey are up and running in that forward half, that's when North Melbourne are at their most dangerous.
Well, it's been a long time since Campbell's played consecutive matches. He's doing that tonight.
Hold of the jumper. Chris Judd. Doesn't have to give it back. It's on the ground.
So another free kick to the captain.
Let him run. Move it on. Don't play on. Yours, mate. Yours.
To Bauer.
Look there, Drew.
He's a centre-half back. Bandaged knee, but okay.
That's you. Yep.
He's a real warrior. Gibbs, at right half back, breaking hard is Joseph. He'll take the mark on the wing.
Right there, Matty.
So Joseph now, where will he go? O'Halpin offers a lead deep. He goes short though. Houlihan coming up to his 7th possession. Just forward of the wing. Laborious build-up so far. Houlihan just kicking to space. Favola in front by McIntosh. Gee, this guy is having a great season. Every time I see him, he gets a lot of the football. 8 possessions now for McIntosh and just about all the taps. Harvey works a little 1-2 with power. Rawlings confronted to Anthony. Anthony at right half back. Thomas. Men on in the middle. Loops it over the top. Urquhart. Now Gibson. No forward targets really. Campbell will need to motor, and he does, and it was a good kick. He's got this ball at left half forward.
Now Jones goes for Campbell. Had a fair bit of it, Jones. You'll get a second crack here. Now, does he take Murphy on? And Houlihan, he sort of does. Half a handball gets away. Back to Murphy. So turnover here. Murphy to Gibbs. Walker's out wide. Cruiser goes back to Houlihan, and then Houlihan with that careful kicking style to O'Halpin. O'Halpin at centre wing. Nice kick down the line to Simpson. Cut off by Thompson. Rawlings. Back to Anthony.
For Maurice Fremantle, boy to McIntosh again. Power takes it and goes. Coming up to meet at Hanson. Havell at bounce. Awkwardly goes away from him. And he finishes up in the arms of Bauer. Campbell coming through. Did he have the footy? Houlihan's got it now. Bauer steps around Campbell. Armfield. Mitters in the clear. Simpson. Simpson out of the back pocket. Always good with the ball in his hands. Joseph working hard with left half back. Gibbs.
Stay there now. Play on.
Goes right across the ground. An expansive kick. Bauer.
Just having trouble getting it out, Carlton, at the moment. So Bauer wanting Cruiser. McIntosh. He is having a terrific night to go with his season. Here's Urquhart. Lovely, neat little kick to Jones. Now Harding's going when he's too far away from Jones. Gee, good mark, Swallow. He had to wait.
Don't hold. Hasn't gone. Let them run.
Well, it's been hard going for both teams in the first couple of minutes of this second term.
Andrew, stay there. Don't go forward. Thank you.
He's kicked a dozen goals this year, Swallow. 7 of them from set shots. 52 metres out, not quite going to get there. And a behind, so North creep to the front.
they can't get any midfield transition, Carl. I've been watching Judd and Levi Greenwood. He's doing a really good negative job, Greenwood. He's not really worried too much about getting the footy, but he's making sure, we saw the couple of Carlton players go down, but he's making sure Judd just is not getting any space when Carlton have got the footy. And just at the moment, without Judd's run through the middle on their ball carrying through the middle, Carlton just looked pretty pedestrian.
Murphy to Walker. Stevens pushing up the ground. Now Murphy once more kicks beyond the wing. Betts stayed on his feet. Clever. Simpson sweeps it wide. Houlihan hard against the boundary line on the lead for Vola. Don't know why he did that. Walker's got it 50 metres out towards full forward. O'Halpin sort of. Yes, good enough. He shinned it through.
If you're the kind of person who could see yourself in a car that soaks up the sun to cool itself, that ingeniously saves fuel and produces fewer emissions, that has the intelligence to park itself and can detect a collision even before it occurs, perhaps you're a Prius person. The all-new third-generation Toyota Prius. See more at prius.com.au.
He did shin it through, didn't he? So Carlton getting goals from close range tonight. Greenwood and Judd. Five-point margin, so the Blues back in the lead.
Fine, no chance. These guys straight up. Lift your boat. Jump up. Thanks, Andrew.
There's the forward 50 for Carlton. So 4 blue forwards within about 30 metres of goal. Cruiser over the top. Swallow and Anthony both just miss it. And then McMahon barges his way through. Gets something on it. Petrie was quick off the mark and then uses Anthony. And then Anthony, I think, going almost for goal here. Thomas and Houlihan, who had a height advantage, builded it through.
Good play by Houlihan. He's had a good season. He's added to that offensive drive that he's always had, tackling a little bit more and defensively a lot better.
Nick Stevens, a beautiful kick out of defence. Carried the ball a long way. Hampson took the mark. Carazzo moving for Murphy. Goes in another direction, though, bouncing it down towards Favola. Strong tackle for Bowler on Thompson. Hamish McIntosh did well. Rawlings, Urquhart. Anthony once more, 11 possessions now. Sets a teammate up, though. Over the top, Simpson breaks away. 75 metres from goal. Closing for Rito. Ball loose at the back. North Melbourne with the numbers. Rawlings, Urquhart did nicely. Now an opportunity for Harding on the defensive 50. Petrie wants it. It comes in that direction. Petrie just shy of the wing. Stevens fills the hole. So will Petrie go back towards the middle? Wouldn't be surprised. No. Decides to honour a lead. Set a task, Swallow. Too easy for Hadley. It's out of bounds.
Carlton did really well defensively there. When Petrie was loose, they were able to man up every North Melbourne player within 45, 50 metres of that kick. There was a couple out loose, but they were too far away. Just slowed the play down really well.
McIntosh got a quick handball away, then Gibson taken high. So Gibson short. McIntosh has to half volley. It goes back to Gibson. Good handball to him because he's a left footer. And then Gibson floating it to full forward. Hanson. Jones looking to get it on the rebound. Well done. Stevens in hard. Harvey very quick. Takes Houlihan on.
Advantage. First tackle high. Go down, mate. Go down.
Well, he was fending off Harvey, so he's got the free kick and then a quick little dinky one to Campbell.
1 metre back, Kate.
I think that attack on the footy from Nick Stevens, he does that, he'll remain in this team. It's the kind of over-the-top attack on the footy that happens when you've just come back in after being omitted. Despite the fact that the Kangaroos ended up with the footy, they'd be pleased to see that, the Blues.
Campbell's season got derailed here on a Saturday night. He kicked 3 against Port Adelaide when North won, and he did his hamstring. It's taking him a long time really to get back. And that's coming back, but no. So I've seen a lot of set shots missed tonight. The Roof obviously over the top. And North has had trouble all season posting a score. 25-28.
There's Walker inside the defensive 50. Judd just on the ground, so metres in the clear, he'll get the footy. Little war went up as he snuck on. They almost blew his cover. Judd back inside the 50. Bauer, courageous. In short, Robinson. Just talking about Hamish McIntosh as I was. He averages 17 possessions a game this season. So far tonight, leads all comers on the ground with 13. Here's Hadley. Armfield through midfield. Penetrating kick for Vola. Delays his run at the ball, then delayed getting it. Sweeping hand pass for Rito. Simpson steps for Vola too easily. Thompson. Now Harding at the interchange gates. Thomas is moving, closing his arm field, took him under the ball. Has to be a free. Dangerous.
Hands in the bum.
Ah.
It's a new rule.
You're a new man.
Thomas has pulled up a bit short too. He was hobbling when he went back to take his kick. Looks to be okay now. Good kick and a terrific mark from Harding. A lot to admire about Harding, Lee. I mean, he did his knee and didn't play a whole season in 07. There's Thomas, but he's had another very good year, Harding.
He was very good. They actually set up the space for him really well. They sort of cleared the space. The Carlton zoning play virtually led in between two Carlton zoning players, but I think the Kangaroos set the space for him up very well.
Well, he's kicked 9-2 from set shots. He kicked a beautiful goal in the opening term, a bit further out from this, on a similar angle, actually. Right half forward. This to put the Kangaroos back in front. They've had a few chances in the last couple of minutes. He leant back on it, guided it through, and he's got his second.
So would you like a bag with this receipt?
You just can't get enough of Super Cheap Auto. JVC CD player only $119. New range of MP3, iPod, USB and Bluetooth head units in store now.
Come in and see the good guys. Pay cash and we'll slash the prices. Come in and see the good guys.
The Good Guys. Pay less, pay cash.
A sense of deja vu about that man. Lee Harding, 11 goals in his last 6 matches, so back to kicking goals. We're back in the middle. Now, McIntosh is taking a break. This is a chance for Carlton. On his knees, Simpson. Out of the middle, a hand pass goes forward from Judd. Pratt goes back. Ferrito on the overlap, pushing up. Simpson lets the ball run on, needs to tap it on. Met solidly. Coming up the ground was Austin. Austin goes down as he hurt. Not sure. Ball in there somewhere.
Just lie on it.
Well,
lying on the ball. Free kick, Simpson.
He wasn't hurt. Harvey spears a pass in. Diving mark is taken by Lee Harding.
He's injured, obviously.
Okay, he's injured. Your kick. You're the nearest. No, back here. Just back here.
Adam Simpson's attack on the ball here. His teammates are getting over to him at the moment, but the ball went over his head. He knew that this player was coming, and he just had a real crack at it. A quick handball off here, and Lee Harding's gone and taken the mark, and I reckon he might have done his hammy in the process.
So Anthony finishes up with a footy and misses wide right. Tim?
Yeah, it looks like he's done his hamstring. He can't even jog off the ground there. He's walking with the Club Medico Com Metropolis, and he can't even get to the boundary line on a jog, so it looks like his evening may be finished.
Well, Thomas just cuts that off from Hadley and makes him pay.
You have to be smart with your money, and people do look out for the lowest prices. Value is extremely important.
12 rail clothes era, only $8.92. 3-in-1 bathroom heater, $45. Patio heater, $279. Wall plasterboard, $9.97 per sheet. Easy grow vegetable seedlings, just $3.65 per punnet.
Coming to Bunnings, we will give you the lowest prices, that's for sure.
Bunnings Warehouse.
lowest prices are just the beginning.
So North have had the last 5 scores of the game, 2-3. 4 inside 50s.
And the other thing they've managed to do is have 13 shots at goal from 17 inside 50s. Now that sort of efficiency is pretty good, Dan.
Yeah. And obviously one came from outside the 50. Can't fool us. There's a push in the back. That's a free kick to Swallow. All North Melbourne. Gibson. This is the last thing Carlton need. The hand pass comes back to Pratt. Pratt goes down towards half forward. Simo. Player stopped. I've seen many things.
Now that was only if the 2 umpires thought it was the other umpire's call. And then eventually they fix it up.
So Jones takes the mark. I think I'd be filled with more confidence if they both blew at the same time, Lee. But not slow at all.
It's a matter of who was in charge, and eventually they sorted it out.
It's a retirement decision.
I think so.
No, that was there.
He saw, well, it was certainly a mark. Even the Carlton blokes thought it was a mark. A bit like Stuart Sink's parents barracking for Tom Watson. Jones kicks it behind.
It's a game of momentum, isn't it? And, North have got it at the moment. Carlton need to hold firm and try and just lock them down there for the next couple of minutes.
I mean, they're scoring when they're going forward. Kangaroos, as you pointed out just before, they're scoring about 80% of forward 50 entries, which is great. But Carlton just got no movement and run through the middle.
Hold there, Lindsay. Hold there.
7 scoring shots to 1 in this quarter. They should be further in front of the Kangas.
Go there, Drew. That's it. Where you are.
So the Blues trying to set something up. Judd from Houlihan.
Hold there, Levi. Hold there.
And then Judd's careful kick to Scotland. We've seen a lot of that tonight from the Blues, just chipping 30 or 40 metres. Hadley down the line. Cruiser.
Top of the arm.
Back into Scotland. Now Scotland got around Harvey and then kicks inside the 50. Big fly came early from Russell, but well-timed Grimer. Grimer across the ground to Rawlings, to Power.
Power, a little chip outside the 50. Thompson.
Power had Petrie running up from centre half back. It was a 35-40 metre kick. Petrie had 5 metres. He just didn't have the confidence to give it there. It was the obvious choice. He took the safe one.
Play on.
Little 1-2 between Rawlings and Pratt. Pratt comes out towards the interchange gates, and the mark is taken by Hansen just on the ground. Hansen goes back. Grimer. Just over 6 minutes remaining in this half. Well, that's a good mark. Under pressure. Russell trying to punch away, missed it. Pratt's got the footy. Thought of right half back. Pratt. Anthony, generally a player who will go forward. Hansen, awkward half volley. Judd, but he had the footy. Spills across to Murphy, to Hadley. Back to Murphy, that was good. Awkward hand pass for Simpson. Terrible execution. In goes Pratt to tie it up for North. And the ball fails to release.
Come out.
Once again, Levi Greenwood there getting an arm in when Judd looked like he was going to take possession. It was a good tackle. And his awareness to get back onto Judd as well when the ball was in dispute was very good.
Just the 7 disposals for Judd so far, and no real run and carry at all. Stevens, Murphy, Walker. Hadley looked outside and then went inside. A penetrating kick for Vola. Well, Robinson kicking in danger.
In danger. Play on. Play on.
It was. The advantage given to Thompson, to Power, who looks up. Now he's got Petrie this time, and he finds him. So North on the burst here. McIntosh leading for Petrie. Petrie going in his direction. Yeah, it's a lovely kick. Weighted perfectly, wasn't it, for the big guy?
This bloke's a real good player, I reckon, McIntosh.
Okay, just in front of me. Here it is.
That very first contest, he was the one that took the crumb, and that the freeze cam that we showed at quarter time. He's getting the ball in all sorts of circumstances now, and I mean, the risk of being traded or the scare at the end of last year looks to have really found the best in him this season.
Most possessions on the ground, Bucks.
And the Kangaroos have taken 11 marks inside 50 tonight so far. That's their season average. And McIntosh put some cream on the cake with a beautiful kick, and Carlton have got some problems.
The Cornu knockout catalogue out now. It's massive.
The Cornu's famous no deposit interest free. 36 months. That's 3 whole years interest free with no deposit, no money down, and no interest for 3 whole years.
It's massive.
The Cornu.
Eat a wide variety of fruit and vegetables every day. Who's got the time? Now we all have. Heron's all-natural daily fruits and berries and daily vegetable supplements contain 12 varieties of each. Simply top up your intake. Simply Heron.
Ninth man taken in the 0-2 draft, and looking every centimetre of it. Back in the middle. Tim is down there, and we'll get to him in a moment. Goldstein, Anthony, kicks towards half forward. Petrie, the idea was right. Armfield comes away, gets the kick outside the defensive 50. Carrazzo, close to the boundary line. Walker, finding his way.
They get forced wide all the time, Carlton, aren't they? They just can't attack through the centre square. Maybe at least they've tried to sort of get it across into the centre square. They're just getting so slowly forward.
Armfield, well, that's a good kick. Goes to the fat side. That's ironic. There's Nick, 50 metres out, goes long and kicks a goal. Oh, to be that fat. Terrific. He's back in business, one of our favourites.
Nah, this is low. Gutsy dual-core computer with Windows Vista and 19-inch LCD for $849, 50 DVDs for $15, 19-inch LCD screen $189, and flexi rent from as little as $20 a week and get a free $200 petrol voucher. When we say low, we mean low prices at A&R.
Lockie Hansen made a really poor defensive decision here as Armfield was coming across the field. He left Nick Stevens to cover someone laterally, and Stevens then was forward of the play in a much more dangerous position.
And such a good finisher. And he showed all those wares, didn't he? So a couple to Stevens. Walker's handball, Betts taken off it. And then McMahon down low.
All right. Hey, Scotty.
So a couple of shots for goal for Fev tonight. Hit the post and then just missed his other one. Gibbs did well there to get something on that. Halpin went to ground. Well done, Greenwood. It's a good pick-up under pressure against the flow, and they're able to get it wide to a left-footer in Power. Power on centre wing. Long kick. Simpson, well, he's still got a bit of a gallop going. Well, it was his last chance, really. Thomas just shoves it in the back and then goes bang and kicks a buddy goal. His third.
Can they solve a murder where nobody else sees a crime?
You stole the body?
We borrowed it. New Bones, Sunday after Dancing with the Stars.
Will a night of fun end up a nightmare?
Ellie's accused you of spiking her drink.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
And what happens when enemies get trapped together?
We might be able to get out through the roof. Oh!
But does she really want to be saved?
What's wrong with the door?
New Back to the Rafters, Tuesday.
What a beautiful description of buddy goal. Simpson creating. And finished off by Thomas. First time this season he's booted 3. At the other end they need something from Favola, still goalless.
Holding, Gibbs.
Gibbs gets a free kick being held. Plays on, wheels around, kicks inside the forward 50. Falls in front, gathered by Favola, goes with the outside of the boot and kicks a buddy goal.
I thought that was another buddy goal. That was just a brilliant bit of play. His hands there. I mean, it was good quick play by Gibbs, but he was in the contest here, Fev, and have a look at this pickup without even thinking. Smooth, got a bit of glue on that right glove, and just wheeled around it. It was a lovely finish.
He's a rare bird, isn't he?
With prices like ours, you just can't get enough of Super Cheap Auto.
The Cornu Knockout catalogue, out now. It's massive. This is a knockout sofa bed and storage ottoman. Save $400, only $15.95.
Plus 3 years interest-free with no deposit.
It's massive.
The Cornu.
It's interesting, Thompson, he's going to be hard to play on. It's not so much ability was. He always is touching and pushing and annoying. They're not going to look forward to playing on him.
The Blues have kicked 2 of the last 3, so they've trying to reel in the Kangas. Russell, Favola, almost a one-hander. Walker and Thompson did well there. Thompson, Fed puts a big tackle on him.
He's trying to do some damage here without doing any damage. Without getting caught.
It's the Mark Willen sleeper hole.
Yeah, he's... well, you knew it was going to be a robust tackle. Anthony.
Nowhere to go.
So Rawlings goes back to Anthony. Out wide to Grimer. Down the line, a 50-50 ball here. Jones and Bauer. And a boundary throw in.
Just get the feeling, Bucks, that Anthony is going to be a very good player. He's one of those guys who's a step ahead of himself. He knows where the next one is.
He does, and he works very hard. He's purely offensive at the moment. I don't think there's a lot of defence in him, but geez, he loves winning the ball.
Simpson, so does this guy, McIntosh. Well, that's what happens. It's out of bounds.
Kind of one of the things you'd have to... They've got young ruckman, Carlton, Cruiser and Hampson. They're not really finding the footy, and McIntosh is finding the footy. There's nothing wrong with ruckman tagging the opposition ruckman, letting them take you to the footy.
Hampson missed it. Runs free behind Gibson. Carlton need to hold here. Power. Pratt goes very wide. McMahon. Thomas. Anthony wants it in the corridor. He's moving. Thomas. Well, held up. McMahon inside the last minute goes back. They regroup. Rawlings comes across the ground. Grimer's got it. Goldstein wants it. What can the big man do, Bruce?
Let's see. Goldstein wide. Swallow waits for it to bounce. And then got rid of by Gibbs. It's a poor result for Swallow. Thornton to Murphy. Can the Blues get within a kick here? Murphy's kick's a good one. Simpson looks up. Houlihan's running hard. North gets some numbers back. Houlihan had a fair bit of it, but he couldn't hang on. And then Grimer to Thompson. And North looked like they might hang on. Grimer wide. Harvey, good mark. It's had a terrific opening half, Harvey. A lot of the ball.
Russell should be having a set shot at goal. He was on his own 30 metres out, but completely missed.
Well, set up for what should be a tense and thrilling second half here with the stakes high. Fev got rolling a bit towards half-time, and at half-time here, and more on Adam Simpson in the break, as we've followed him through this his final week as a North Melbourne footballer. It's 51-40 on Friday Night Footy.
(7-9) plays 6-4. North Melbourne in front. Carlton in trouble. Currently 7th on the premiership table. Could it be back-to-back losses on Friday Night Football? Of course, he's got other ideas, but he's been well held. Just 7 possessions to half-time. Credit Greenwood with a terrific job. There's Levi away to the left. McIntosh, 14 possessions, 7 and 7. Starts and wins another tap. Down to Swallow, who's tackled immediately.
Holding the ball, you drag the ball back in. Nick Stevens, your kick.
Stevens gets a free.
We heard Adam Simpson talking about slowing them down through this part of the field, where they definitely did that in the first half.
Stevens changes the direction of play. Poor kick though. McIntosh goes after it, digs another ball out. McMahon just pops it onto the boot and finds Harvey.
That's it there, Paul.
Harvey, the defensive side of the wing, spots a man out wide. Chief kick getter on the ground. In fact, chief possession winner. Anthony has 18. Jones over the shoulders. Simpson, the star attraction, centres the footy. And Petrie, how powerful was that mark? That sends a message.
The other thing, Adam Simpson, we heard talk about at that half-time was if we get it on one and get it in there one-on-one, I reckon we can do some damage, and that's exactly what they've just been able to do. Petrie's worked over his man Austin here. Swallows kept Carazzo busy. They've got the ball in there, and Petrie's been a dangerous target.
So Petrie directly in front. Has got it, has he? Goal umpire's gone a long way, but it's good. Petrie's got 2.
Just want tough. You want unbreakable. The new look Toyota Hilux.
So it's the third time North have got it out to this margin, 17 points. On the other couple of occasions, Carlton have got a goal very quickly. So they certainly need it again. The Kangaroos by nearly 3.
Play with a kick.
Quick kick by Hadley forward.
Oh, there's Simo. Hold. Well.
So Grimer wide. Urquhart.
Play on.
To Power, who's a left footer, so he had to come back. Gibson had to wait. It was a high tackle, probably. They've kept their cool for the moment. Urquhart, Anthony. They've coughed it up now. Walker wanted to use Judd, but he uses Scotland. And now Judd, we haven't seen him running with the ball much tonight, but he releases Murphy, who leans back and gets it.
Gotta keep those navigate vibrations are happening with you. Come in and see the good guys. Pay cash and we'll slash their prices. Come in and see the good guys. Get the ladies at a good price. Good guys.
The good guys. Pay less, pay cash.
That man gets the goal. The margin just 11 points now. Great hand pass by the skipper with the left hand.
Hit him down, guys.
Right on the spot and quick.
Play on.
Again McIntosh. Again Judd. Again a good hand pass. Betts off the outside of the boot. Blues are coming. Simpson goes inside the forward 50. Can Fev come to the party? Well, that's holding the ball.
You just dropped the ball. You just dropped the ball. Incorrect disposal.
No doubting that. Thompson lays it off. Harvey, Anthony. Harvey once more. Running it hard. They stay off him. He got a lot of ground. Jones. Harvey continues to run. Austin got a fist on it. Did pretty well. Down goes Walker. Taken high Gibbs.
Free kick, Carlton. Let him up, let him up. Play on.
And so the Blues through Gibbs. And that's a good kick to Favola. And that short kick, I know Harvey had got away with one, but that very short kick's a dangerous one in footy. And it's costing North here.
Good quick play on. It's amazing when you take a risk and you make the decision as you go, how much more dangerous it is. You give your forwards more of a chance, and definitely better than the alternative.
Well, he's been missing the set shots tonight. He kicked a brilliant goal in the second quarter. So other side this time, 1 goal, 3 to Fev, and 3 set shots at that end of the ground, all missed. So a let off for the Kangaroos. 10-point margin. Carlton can still make the 8 if they lose tonight, but their chances, you would think, would be blowing out big time if that happens.
Get the feeling too they'd be wasting everybody's time. Swallow around the outer side, high to the wing. Halpin, he's been ball deprived tonight. What's he had?
When Petrie took that mark, all of a sudden Halpin was pulled from centre-half forward back to be the tall defender. Petrie just looked too tall for the other Carlton defender, so that has meant Carlton have had to readjust their whole structure.
Greenwood did pretty well. Satanta just 2 possessions. There he is again. McIntosh, nimble for a big man. A couple of possessions. Kicks it forward. Down towards half forward. Petrie! And the big guys now causing concerns. Pops it over the top. Harvey.
He's been pretty good, Aaron Joseph, in actually taking on this tagging roles, but Brett Harvey, he just can't stay with Brett Harvey. He certainly runs offensively harder than most, Brett Harvey, when he's fit and well, and now with half a dozen games back after that injury, he's really covering the ground.
Brett Harvey up to 20 possessions now. 9 in the first term, 6 in the second, and rolling in the third. 63 to 47 would make it tough for Carlton. Even at this early stage of the second half, he lights it off the boot. The celebration was early. Carlton in trouble.
Eat a wide variety of fruit and vegetables every day. Who's got the time? Now we all have. Heron's all-natural daily fruits and berries and daily vegetable supplements contain 12 varieties of each. Simply top up your intake. Simply Heron.
How to change a car's light bulbs. Step 1. Connect Part A with Part B. Step 2. There isn't one. At Super Cheap Auto, we can fit it for you.
Giving Joseph a bit of lip. That's his 100th goal at Docklands, Etihad Stadium. Brett Harvey, it's his 83rd match here tonight. So he brings up the century. Gibson ran into Cade Simpson, did pretty well. And then Power has been busy. Rawlings, not a good kick. Cruiser was always in the winning position there. And the Cruiser McIntosh, if that is to be the matchup in the second half, could be decisive here. There's a lovely kick by Stevens to Favola, who you'd reckon would have some hope from here. No, he puts it up to the goal square. And Gibson couldn't quite get a handle. Harvey did, back to Gibson. Little kick to McMahon. They keep their head north. Pratt hasn't had a lot of the ball so far. Good kick. Petrie's so important at the moment. Looks up and he's going to use Campbell's pace. Armfield to go with him. What an important footy this is right now. Armfield dropped it down. Campbell, Armfield works it in front and then calls in Carrazzo, and the reinforcements come to the fore.
Carrazzo back to centre-half back then. Scotland comes across the ground. It's in good hands now. Stevens. He runs to the wing. Stevens wants movement. Spots Russell. Will find him. Russell 55 metres out. Favola offers to the pocket. That's ignored. Now he drops back towards the square. This is Gibbs.
Good hard running from Gibbs. He was involved from half back here. Could have got it off Nick Stevens, but made sure he stayed in the play. Nice pass by Russell.
They got a shot at goal, Carlton, but when Stevens got the ball around the middle of the ground, he immediately went wide. The one time they went back through the centre square, they scored a goal, but they're going wide far too often.
So Gibbs will kick from just inside the 50, hard against the boundary line. That is the kick of a player with exquisite skill.
Only on 7 News, thieves suspected of ransacking a car involved in a fatal accident.
May have been interfered with.
Adelaide's travel time downgrade.
Closer to a 30-minute city.
Patrick Dangerfield's adopted Adelaide family.
Absolutely loved it there.
And Port looks to the west to boost its ruck stocks. The breaking stories are on 7 News. Sunday at 3, Amy Stadium set to explode when a hurting Port Adelaide takes on the reigning premiers. Port Adelaide versus Hawthorn. Sunday at 3 on 7.
Just show some vision from half-time. Here is Mark Riley. He's the midfield coach talking to the midfield players. He's very passionate about what he has to say. All those midfield players have actually lifted, or most of those midfield players have lifted in this second half. Judd, Gibbs, Murphy have all had important touches.
And Tim, 6 goals out of Stevens, Gibbs and Murphy in this game. 6 pretty important goals out of 8 so far. Each of those trio have kicked a couple.
And obviously Joseph wasn't able to do the job on Harvey. Looks like Jordan Russell has now been... You wonder whether there's one of the more offensive Carlton players that might just have to try and plead keepings off with Harvey. That might work better as a matchup.
Well, McIntosh continuing to do well, and again shoveling another one forward. Petrie and Campbell and Armfield, they've been involved in a couple of good duels, and Armfield again has a win to Hurlahan, to O'Halpin. Interesting now. Well done, Simpson. Campbell and Armfield. Campbell playing for one, and Armfield again did a good job.
Campbell initially tried to tap that in front of him. I think the better players in the competition take possession, and they worry about the pressure after that. He had the opportunity to take possession and then play the game, but he didn't.
Boundary throw in then, just inside the 50. McIntosh in front. Another ruckman touched the footy. Houlihan won it. Hurriedly onto the boot, floats one short of the wing. Reaching over the top was Urquhart. Well done, Murphy. Created some space back to the corridor. Here's a chance. Robinson is outnumbered. Carazzo. Bauer is on. It goes in that direction. They don't collide again. Thornton. Bauer kicks towards half forward. Stevens certainly knows where to go to get a kick. 65 metres out. Oh, not his best effort. Thompson in front. Rueful look from Favola, but Favola made it hard. Goldstein, Rawlings, a lot of the football comes up towards the wing. Urquhart. Goldstein is cruising past. He's ignored, as you would. He goes across to Power. Power, the short one.
Okay, Chris. I got the mark.
Pratt's got it. Judd standing the mark. That's not a good sign. Ball comes out very wide. Urquhart's got the ball. Well, Swallow is just on the ground. I think the man knew about it very late. Sort of got the ball to him on the bounce. He gives it to Hansen. Hansen centering kick. Bauer over the top. Hacked out of there by Armfield. Down goes Thomas. Over the top goes Robinson. And the umpire calls for it.
These guys straight up.
I think they've pushed Judd forward a little bit to try and make Greenwood play more as a defender rather than just as a midfield scrimmage stoppage player.
So Goldstein and Hansen, a couple of the 22s, and then the 33 and Houlihan wide. And gets it to Thornton, to Bauer. And then here is Judd. He did well there, got rid of Greenwood. Found some space, kicks down towards Favola. Grimer this time on Favola.
Position the previous time Carlton went forward when Stevens played onto his left foot. The play on was good, but he played on outside onto his left foot rather than trying to get back and play on inside to the centre corridor.
So Hansen fronts while Goldstein gets a hand to it. Murphy went without it. Hadley, well done to Carazzo. Carazzo, good kick off the boot. And Thornton.
That's the difference when you can come back inside. It opens up the whole forward line if you're actually coming inside. And that's when Carlton have been able to actually come inboard towards the centre corridor. That's when they've been by far the most effective going forward.
Brett Thornton, I think a lot of Blues supporters would like to see him try it forward. He's playing in his 144th game tonight, and there it is. He's kicked 2 goals in his career. So, but every 70th game he gets one of these opportunities. Oh, give him the ball more often.
Every 50th now.
Nah, this is low. Gutsy dual-core computer with Windows Vista and 19-inch LCD for $849, 50 DVDs for $15, 19-inch LCD screen $189, and flexi rent from as little as $20 a week and get a free $200 petrol voucher. When we say low, we mean low prices at A&R.
Injured early. He's gone forward. The margin just 4 points.
It's been 4 centre clearances this quarter, and Carlton have won every one of them. So North Melbourne need to hold up here.
Goldstein and Hampson. Hampson with the leap. Won it decisively. Hadley. Simpson heard a voice, good enough, comes up wide to Russell, penetrating kick for Bowler. Oh, terrific defence. Greenwood going back, got a timely fist. Thornton's hand pass, gathered by Joseph. Short one, half volleyed by Favola, tries to accelerate away. Couldn't do so. Grimer, good pressure, and the ball's out of bounds.
I think the other thing you're seeing this third quarter too, every Carlton player is trying to have a crack at Greenwood to give Judd just a little bit of a chop out, make sure that he knows that there's another 21 players against him.
9.5 minutes to three-quarter time, one down in front. Scramble. Brady Rawlings in there. Swallow at the base of the pack.
Chance, mine. Thanks, lean up.
How can that take half a game of footy to start happening, though?
Yeah, well, it shouldn't, but I think they might. Well, I don't think they do it naturally around the middle of the ground. I mean, I think Hadley tries to do it a little bit as a, you know, I guess as a principle, but the Carlton midfield don't look to protect for each other terribly well.
Hampson on the tap. Frito to Rawlings. Oh, he's got to be quick, Anthony. Did he get... No, he's gone.
Well, he might not have had a wonderful night, Fed, but he's had 2 run-down tackles. That's always...
on the same bloke too, Lee.
Yeah.
One on the mark.
Got him twice, hasn't he? He hit the post the last time.
He had prior op. Hey, it's not steps. He's standing there. He had prior opportunity.
And he gets his second. And the Blues hit the front.
And if that's the least that Fev does, you know that he's at least maintaining his defensive effort and his intensity.
It was Urquhart actually in that first quarter that Fev ran down, not Anthony.
Urquhart the first time, Anthony on that occasion, and able to finish it off this time, Bruce. But he's had a hard time of it. Scott Thompson's all over him, but at least he's maintaining that intensity and effort and intent to go and lay those tackles.
So 2 for the night. He joins Jonathan Brown with 63 at the top of the Coleman medal listings. But more importantly, Carlton have hit the front by 2 points. Goldstein over his shoulder in the back. Gibson will get a free.
Don't hold him, Richard. Stay there.
This is North's first centre clearance for the quarter.
Harvey kicks inside the forward 50. McIntosh should have marked it. Fell behind. Down goes Gibbs. Swallow got in. Holding the ball.
Jeez. That was hot, wasn't it?
Lindsay, clear out. Straight up now. He's got the ball in one arm and there's no attempt. Bryce?
Watch this again.
In one arm and there's no attempt.
Well, I'm not sure what you can do there.
I think it actually came off the top of his knee too. He tried.
He tried. Swallows got the free though, directly in front. Chance for a quick reply. North Melbourne in the mood, it seems, tonight, and Swallow kicks a goal. North Melbourne back in front.
Sunday at 3, Amy Stadium set to explode when a hurting Port Adelaide takes on the reigning premiers in a must-win game for both sides.
Gee, that's a great goal.
Can the Power bounce back and keep their finals hopes alive?
What a goal!
Port Adelaide versus Hawthorn, Sunday at 3 on 7.
I've just gone, hold still while I slap you with my shoe. The Pope or Elvis walked in. You can't let him on the aircraft. Mind you if I see Elvis.
New Airways, Tuesday.
Lead has changed on 10 occasions here tonight. We had it level for a lot of the first quarter. So many holding the ball decisions in the forward 50 and shots for goal, so Swallow gets that. So the Blues have won 6 of the 7 centre clearances, and Judd going forward. Well, he coughed it up. McMahon read it best. And the little dinky left footer was hard. Cruiser got a touch to it. Hanson threw it out. McIntosh was too hard for Campbell, and Gibbs mopped up. And now Cruiser got it from Scotland and goes back to Gibbs running hard. Kicks it on the outside of the foot. Clever kick. Fev needs a bit of luck. Might get it. Thompson with him. Still for Vola. Now can the ball talk? Nah. That would have been something. Here's Urquhart. And it's out of play.
I think that Hanson one was probably more holding the ball than most that we've seen tonight. There was a bit of a throw, and Brett Ratton thought so as well.
Yeah.
the holes around it.
That would have seemed a classic. In front. Knocked down by McIntosh, close to the boundary line. Urquhart worked off the line of the footy by Joseph. Two tough hombres. Well done by Joseph. Well done by the man coming across his path, Pratt, to knock it out of bounds. Joseph, a Pyrrhic victory, has the last word. Plenty of open space up ahead at one end of the ground. Not where the action is, though. Cruiser and McIntosh again. Cruiser does well. Got boot to ball. Half chance for Judd. Close to the line. Down goes Joseph. Hanson gave it across to Greenwood. Kicks across the face of goal. Simpson taken down. Well, an involuntary action, but it hit his boot. Here's a chance for power. Hand passes to Anthony. That was clever. Needs to be poised here. Gets it back. Terrific by Rawlings. Power in there as well. Ball bounces up towards Petrie. Across it comes to Thomas. Thomas the high ball. Swallow from behind, outnumbered. Trying to poke it forward was Campbell. Picked up by Robinson. Or was it Gibbs? Gibbs gave it to Bauer, to Armfield. Hadley, Armfield. Now they break it clear. Austin. Carrazzo feeds it forward. Russell, not a good hand pass. Gibbs, clever sidestep. Wonderful finish. Favola.
Great play by Gibbs, who was involved here in winning the ball, and on the half-back flank was able to give the handball out. I saw him spin around and wanted to get back involved in that run and carry, and then again on the end of it, it was a beautiful little shimmy to straighten up, and that provided the space for Favola to move into, and it was a lovely kick.
You'd love to be able to pick your kicker, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I'm sure Carlton would pick Murphy, Judd, Gibbs every time around the middle.
Brendan Favola then. What a huge kick this one is. And he steers it through, splits the middle. Carlton lead.
What's he got? Must be what he's eating. What's in it? Looks like chicken. Corn chip.
Discover what's inside KFC's new Wrap Star. Freshly prepared original recipe fillet and your favourite salad topped with a tasty corn chip. Plus barbecue and ranch sauce all wrapped in a tortilla and toasted.
Chicks dig corn chips.
KFC's new Wrap Stars.
3 for Favola, 550 career goals for Fev. And he seems to have found his range after half-time in front of the big sticks. He does that often. If you look back through the stats, he's more accurate after half-time. And now the questions are being asked of the Kangaroos. So for the second time in this term, Carlton hit the front. Cruiser, unopposed almost, banging it forward. Judd and Greenwood. Greenwood did well, but Judd might do better. Kicks to full forward. Fev, it just couldn't quite hang on. It's a goal, I think. Murphy has kicked another one. Three for Murphy, and here's Fev getting close and personal.
Been watching the highlights of Sherelle McMahon last year leading into the grand final, but how good has Judd been going forward? He really has been a difference, winning one-on-ones across that half-forward line, and Murphy's opportunism to sneak onto that one was well played.
So Mike Murphy equals his career high, 3 goals. He did it back against Brisbane in round 2. Bit going on, 12-5. 10-9, Carlton lead by 8 points. Some things we haven't seen the like of before, or very rarely. Anthony, Harvey, Urquhart trying to find a way through in terrible trouble. Advantage is paid. Murphy comes away. Oh, what a pass for Favola.
I think there's been one really critical duel. Cruiser, I think, has tried to play a little bit more one-on-one on McIntosh, and he's run some sort of key contests around the middle of the ground. That's been really important for Carlton as well.
Well, Carlton have had it inside their forward 50 13 times already this quarter, and not only have they got it in there, but they've got it in there quick. And you can see that there's a lot more space for the Carlton forwards than they had in the first half.
Going at number 4, Brendan Favola. Right behind him. Steps to the 50, trying to work it back right to left. Nothing doing. Can't believe it. 9 points the difference, but Carlton starting to roll.
Just on those Fev stats, before this match tonight, before halftime 26-29, after halftime this season 35-12. So North under the pump. Big fly from Hampson, getting back Stevens. That one cut off by Anthony, and now Swallow. The kick North's last goal was a lovely kick actually to Jones, who wanted to go on, and he does now. Difficult handball for Simpson. Simpson hacks it forward as he's done for a lot of his career, and Thomas takes such a clever mark. And again, he looks sore as he pulls up, Thomas.
Yeah.
So sore to sore, I think, Simpson to Thomas.
And that was good control of where the ball was going to land. There was definitely two movements there, and we've seen free kicks paid for that, but I preferred to let this go because it was a battle of strength.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And he protected the fall of the ball and then came back to it. Great mark.
So Thomas, 3 first-half goals. And now 4 for the match, and North continue to stay close.
The Cornu Knockout Catalogue, out now. It's massive.
Beat this. Shades and sofas, $7.99 for both. And 7p signing, only $2.99.
Plus 3 years interest-free with no deposit.
It's massive.
The Cornu.
A simple guide to fitting seat covers. Step 1, release grip on pack. Step 2, there isn't one. At Super Cheap Auto, we can fit it for you.
Lindsay Thomas is a clever young player. 3rd time in his career he's booted 4 goals. Once before he's gone on to get 5. 3 points the margin. Carlton still on top. With this game on a knife's edge. Tapped down by Hampson, throwing a boot at Carazzo. In goes McIntosh on his knees, almost as tall there as Carazzo and Murphy. Another bounce. Hampson and McIntosh lock up. Hampson directs it down.
Mark Murphy, free kick. Mark Murphy, free kick.
Off the ball. Murphy gets a free. Carazzo has to give it up. Murphy then just pops it out wide. Hampson forward of the wing. Judd offers, and just by doing that clears some bodies out of the defensive area. Long ball, Judd is coming back, but over the top McMahon got a fist on it, so the crumb goes towards the boundary, perhaps with intent, I'm not sure. Walker takes it across in any case.
Actually, Judd, the Kangaroos didn't like Judd or Greenwood-Judd matchup, so that's been released, and Gibson has taken Judd when he's playing forward.
So Ferrito put the ball down, Betts trying to get out, and then Swallow.
And that's exactly what the move to half forward is designed to do. Break the pattern of play. Greenwood was on top of him, just the 7 touches in that first half. He's had 5 this quarter and been damaging, winning contested one-on-ones across half forward.
I think Greenwood might be wounded just for the moment. And here is Judd brilliantly to Walker, who hits the post. How slick was that handball? Greenwood's been worked on at the moment.
Yeah, we might have, might be simply an injury. Yeah, you're correct.
So, brilliant stuff by the captain to the number 1. And Walker's kick was a pretty good one, but just hit the post.
Just over 2 minutes then to 3/4 time.
Good use.
Ferrito hasn't seen a lot of the footy, coming up only his 8th possession. Just pops it across to Hansen. Hansen is out wide, close to the boundary line, taken by Power. He's had a lot of the footy coming up for possession number 19. And maybe they're prepared to regroup at 3/4 time, or perhaps make one final surge here. Within probably 15 seconds, they're aware of where the clock is. Gibson at centre half back. He's looking back towards his defensive goal, wanting Thompson to push up. Thompson's got it. Crowd getting restless, but I think they will come. Thompson to Rawlings. Now they push from the back, not 15. McMahon, Rawlings through midfield. Gibson, here they go. Gibson drives it towards the outer side. What a beautiful kick. Will it get to Swallow? He'll get a free kick. Still ample time to score. We're down to 56. Clock continues to run. Sorry, Bucks.
Drew Petrie's just, he's got a massive tank. He just can't find a usable space at the moment.
Austin spoils it over the line. So North effectively worked it from the back half into their forward 50. And they've got a stoppage here. Hampson Goldstein. Hampson won it. Stevens wrapped up by Ferrito.
High ball pin.
He's actually been a reasonable matchup, O'Halpin, in the combination of height and run. He's got the height at least to reach up with Petrie.
So Hampson wins it. Thomas looking for it, and then off the ground by Thomas. Austin, and again it'll be a stoppage boundary throw in. Darren Crocker still looking for his first win as the caretaker coach. He's had a draw. Swallow right up the front. Goldstein almost takes it off him, and then Betts looks for a free.
High ball. You're holding it in there, ready? Ball's pinned.
That's called front and centre.
Yeah. I think so. You'd think only one team can score from here with time remaining in this third term. Betts, Stevens.
Hold in.
Wow.
Well, you got the ball.
That 200 kilograms falling on you.
So Hampson resting with Goldstein, coming to the back. Jones, ball comes out, Anthony. Rawlings attacks hard, and Carlton win the third quarter and put themselves in front at three-quarter time. Their midfield got rolling, Fev got goals. One last quarter for Adam Simpson and his great mate Brent Harvey here tonight, playing yet again with Simpson. And at three-quarter time, Carlton have wrested the lead back. They lead by 4 points on Friday Night Footy.
There's no tomorrow, is there?
Well, it's certainly a big half hour for Carlton. Right now, they're in front by 4. What lies ahead? Final term, Friday Night Football. Terrific bounce. McIntosh wins it, stolen by Stevens. Burkett smothered by Stevens. A little chip, Russell's got it. Sweeping hand pass. Hadley kicks inside the forward 50. The stretch down there, Rawlings, has been very good to Harvey. Burkett in midfield. Not a good kick. It wobbles inside the forward 50. Havell bounce. Goldstein comes up to meet it. Well done, Goldstein. Finds some space and misses.
Well, just couldn't finish it off. And here is Adam Simpson looking, hobbling down. He's hopping down the race, and I think he'll probably get a jab and maybe have one last hurrah. He's done his bit when he's been out there tonight. He's obviously been restricted, but he's done some important one-percenters. And North's still very much in this game. Austin. Well, both Bucks and Dennis would have been working radio when Carlton finished Sydney off in a game that maybe is not too dissimilar to this about 2 or 3 weeks ago at this ground, didn't they?
Yep.
With a big last quarter. Hadley found some space and then goes to Favola. He worked Thompson cleverly. Judd, speaking of clever, to Simpson. Not Adam, but Cade. And he does an Adam-type kick. It floated and missed.
That was, oh, I've got to kick this kick.
Yeah.
He just didn't really run at the goals and kick through it. He was just so careful.
You would love Simpson giving it to Judd rather than Judd to Simpson.
He thought about the result. The other thing that we've seen since half-time is that Favola's worked out Scott Thompson. He's turning him under the ball every time the ball comes in.
Urquhart kicks it up towards the wing. Grimer confronted by Hadley. It ricochets towards the boundary. Will it stay in? Grimer goes after it. Little poke out of there by Thornton. Picked up by Petrie. Long ball towards the attacking 50. And it bounces out of bounds. Having said what we said about that last shot at goal, Judd was like a man in a supermarket picking avocados there. He looked up, he saw Carrazzo, and he preferred the left-footed Simpson. But Simpson didn't kick the goal. Behind the pack, here's a man who's kicked a few tonight. Not this time. Thomas misses to the near side. He's got 4. The margin is 3 points.
Oh, another turnover from the back. No mark paid. Hanson. And now Russell.
High ball.
Arnfield took the kick in, and he's an inexperienced kicker. It's different when you're at ground level. There was just bodies everywhere, and that's an experienced player's role. When you go down the middle, you take a punt.
Hanson actually wins that tap.
Fell forward.
And Swallow doing well to take it away from Farito. There's Adam Simpson.
Back either time there.
Well, the way he walked to the bench there, it's doubtful whether he can get up here.
Looks a little bit like Mark Murphy's trying to take the Harvey matchup, or is he just trying to get off his direct opponent? Maybe just trying to get off his own direct opponent.
Hampson wins the tap. There is Harvey, couldn't get a foot to it. Swallow did well. Campbell couldn't quite take a hard handball in close. And then Carlton with a couple of numbers there. Simpson primarily, and Houlihan shielding him.
It was a good tackle by Houlihan.
On his own man.
Well, that was the intention. They wanted to hold that up. They didn't want the ball to come free.
We're with you, Bucks.
Bounce about 30 metres out then from the attacking goal for the Roos, taken by Armfield. Hoisted wide, but Jones gets underneath it. 65 metres out. Short one is on. Comes to Pratt.
He can cover this distance.
Can. Carlton by 3 points.
And he is a leader at the club. This is the one you go back. He's looking around. You go back. There's only one intention, and that is to take control of the situation and put it through.
Daniel Pratt then to regain the lead. That's what confronts him. Nice looking kick.
Clear, Adam.
Just misses to the left-hand side.
There's one on the mark, right back.
There's a pink face.
Since he was at the start of this last quarter, Judd started forward 50. Whether that's an admission of just what Judd's condition is tonight, or just really they just got to kick a goal or two, and he's one of their best options. But out of the centre square,
Do you know
a
who
strange
that was,
place for him to be.
Do you know who that was in the crowd?
Sorry, I was looking at the crowd, but
it's your favourite musician, Pink.
Don't think it's Lee's. Don't think it's your favourite.
Which one is she? Which one?
That should be the one on the right-hand side, Bucks.
Arnfield cut off by Anthony, and Anthony goes for goal. Not going to be one. And through for behind. She might be your favourite musician. Is that your favourite colour, Lee?
What, pink or white?
Pink. Here's your man, Gibbs. Down the line to Judd. Good kick. Judd, well, he's taking Gibson on. Now the mine working overtime. Kicks slowly to Stevens. Cut off Grimer. That's a free kick against him.
Eddie's kick. Fend off. Fend off, mate. Yep.
Well, it was there that I think Eddie Betts created the contact. There wasn't much that Grimer could do.
It was a good height, Eddie Betts.
Yeah.
For the fend off high.
If it had been Cruiser, it would have been in the chest.
Yeah.
Well, he hasn't had a shot on goal tonight, Betts. Certainly been a goal kicker this year with his 34. He's averaged 2 goals a game. Started the season with 5 in the opening game against Richmond. And there you go. Gee, it slowly got there, didn't it? So North still very, very much alive here. And you reckon the longer this goes on, the more nervous the Blues might get. Certainly their supporters.
North work it out. Now it's with McMahon. Runs to right half back. A little chip up towards the wing over the head of Rawlings and runs away from him and goes out of bounds. Rawlings 22 possessions tonight.
Now, we've mentioned it a couple of times, but I think the Carlton ruckmen have done a really good job to stop McIntosh being that extra midfield link man for the Kangaroos in this second half.
Talk about Rawlings getting the ball. Betts just one behind tonight. Getting through Stevens. That's quality. Running towards half forward. Carrazzo 55 metres out. Murphy is in beautiful location. It doesn't matter. Favola takes the mark. And certainly they were dominating that play. That's even better. Spotted up forward. Kicks the goal from 2 metres out. 4 for him.
just want tough. You want unbreakable. The new look Toyota Hilux.
He's kicked 4 goals, Murphy, 3 of them from inside 10 metres. In fact, Carlton have got 5 goals from within 10 metres tonight. Gee, don't you love goal-kicking midfielders? He's got 23 for the season now.
Yep.
Well done for Vola. And now Cruiser, who's talked a fair bit about his effort in the second half. Now North are really being asked the biggest question of the night. You reckon they've got to get the next one? Rawlings to Pratt. Work to the front, Russell. Gee, not paid. Swallow getting onto it and then kicking it hard and high. McIntosh, oh, good mark. Terrific grab.
It was McIntosh. It was a great bit of body work because the ball looked like it was over his head, but he was able, this bit of play here. Well, if that's not chopping the arms, I don't know what is, but Russell did well to get to the front. And here, as you called, Bruce, great body work by McIntosh and a nice pluck by a big fella. It's important when those ruckmen go forward, isn't it?
If they can. They don't do it often, but they can kick a goal or two.
Well, this will put the pressure on him, but he's been so accurate this year. 9-2 from set shots, 12-2 overall. And there you go. The biggest kick, you reckon, so far of the night. And he's fluffed it.
7 points the margin then. Houlihan to bring it in to himself. Intended, I think, for Cruiser, who's fighting, well, a battle he should have won. In front, Rawlings gave a lot of cheek. Anthony over the top. Petrie a half chance. Cruiser stolen away by Swallow. Swallow ducked the head. Opportunity there for Russell. Spills out the back of the pack. Robinson missed it. Well done, Anthony. Got it out to Simpson. Close to the boundary line. Down goes Jones. In the back. Just pops it to the pocket. McIntosh couldn't hang on that time, and the ball goes out of bounds. So Simpson, I think it took a while for the injection to kick in. Now he's out there, and he's floating.
Goldstein lays it down. There he is. Simpson floating through, and then Harvey. Swallow running onto it. Now gets the bounce, and then Swallow. Good kick. Beautiful kick to Petrie.
What, you reckon he was trying to kick it there?
I do.
I reckon he was trying to banana it.
Okay. I thought he looked up and saw him.
You're giving him more credit than I would.
Oh, let's have a look. Okay, I thought he actually was trying to...
No,
he was
great call. There. Great call. And it was a lovely kick. Yeah, you've little faith.
Well, Petrie's kicked a couple. Petrie's kicked a point. Oh. Well, McIntosh and Petrie are not helping the cause. I'm being a bit hard because they've both played very well tonight, but they've missed 2 big kicks.
They've kicked a goal this quarter. It's just come in 6 scoring shots.
Yep, 6 behinds in the term. Stevens with the footy. Decides to play on. Runs to the pocket.
Good kick.
Oh, what a nice kick. Austin plays on. Armfield pressing. Drives to half forward. Judd paid the mark. And the crowd suggesting what's the difference between that one and Russell at the other end. At least those who support Carlton. Judd kicks to the pocket for Bowler. Getting back with courage. McMahon, who got a hand to it, and the ball spills across the line. Taken across by Thompson. So boundary thrown in the pocket. Cruiser locks up with Goldstein. Coming away, Pratt. Around the outer side. Falls in front. Simpson hurriedly onto the boot. Runs it down towards half forward. Grimer beat 1, not the second. Although he managed to get boot to ball. Hadley has it now under pressure. Hadley pops it up. Simpson gets a free kick.
When you get that turnover ball at half-back, you've got to be able to find the bloke on the way out because there's going to be broken play, there's going to be spare numbers. That's where creativity with space and turnover has to happen.
So Simpson, Petrie certainly the go-to man at the moment. Jones searching for it. Cruiser, ball coming out Armfield. Little give for Rito. Well done Thornton. Swallow, back to Hanson. And there Hanson spraying. Well, just missing chance after chance here. And you're not too sure how many more they're going to get.
High wide and Hansen. There's Judd. Houlihan. Just up from left half back. Carlton by 6 points. A draw would help nobody. As the ball comes up towards half forward, Goldstein, strong hands. He looks promising. Urquhart. Hansen. Rawlings towards half forward. Petrie. Go to your strength. McIntosh is drifting back. Bauer's having nightmares already. Ball loose at the back. Bauer wins the day. Slips a hand pass away to Thornton. Thornton runs the boundary. Drives it towards the outer side. Terrific by Greenwood. Went back, took the mark, plays on to Harvey. Harvey inside the forward 50. Low down on his back. Simpson tries to give it across to Grimer. It's out of bounds.
Not quite.
So no fairy tale at this stage. Kicked 6 points in this quarter. Kangaroos. Houlihan only as far as Harvey. On to Goldstein. He does look okay. Back to Harvey. And Harvey with another behind.
It's a valuable one, though.
Well, within a kick, eh? They might need another 6 though, Bucks, the way they're going to keep that point in front.
Bauer to himself. This has been their play just about every time tonight after a behind. Drives to the outer side. Hampson launched himself. Hadley getting better the longer it's gone. Got the crumb. Goes to Gibbs, who drives it around the outer side, close to the boundary line. Thompson did well. Coming to meet him, Betts. Thompson, oh, terrific. Thompson breaks away from half-back. Needs support. Gets it from Rawlings. Switches it across towards Harvey. Time to recover. Comes to Pratt. Pratt at half-back under pressure. McMahon running hard is Gibson. Give him the ball. Gibson comes to it now, the defensive side of centre wing. Runs away from Judd. Goes to half-forward. Petrie almost. O'Halpin did well. Armfield slick hands. Taken by Scotland. Back towards the wing. Now a chance for Simpson. Waiting for him was Gibson. Spills across to Judd. Wriggles free. Gives a hand pass to Gibbs. Gibbs swings play to the outer side. Terrific vision. Right in the heat of battle. Gibbs the poise to find Thornton. Thornton will go to Carazzo. And he is 40 metres out. 45-degree angle.
He just didn't want that fourth goal, Thornton. For his career, that is.
That's it there. Yep.
The broken tackle wasn't when Judd, he attacked the ball hard then, Simpson, but then he was able to just break the tackle, and once the broken tackle was on, fair chance you're going to be able to find players on the open side of the field.
Huge kick this one. They're up by 5. Carazzo misses to the near side. Never had it on line.
I reckon Gibson was probably a bit stiff not being rewarded for a great tackle too on Simpson maybe. It was Gibbs revisited a bit, wasn't it, earlier on? Anyway, it's back to a goal.
A metre forward, Eddie, if you want. That's it now.
Speaking of goals, they're hard to get at the moment. Just one in this final term. North have had plenty of the ball. Ferrito tried to work it for Pratt.
Free kick here against Michael Ferrito. Just pushed him under the ball. No, your kick, Aaron.
Still a lot of footy to be played here.
So Joseph's with the free kick. Played every game this year, Joseph, on the rookie list. The other Blue players that have played every game are their big stars. People like this bloke, Murphy, and Judd and Gibbs and Cruiser. Here's O'Halpin.
The problem with what North Melbourne have just done is that they haven't taken advantage of their momentum. Now it's Carlton's turn.
Scotland. Armfield providing a bit of shepherd for him. Scotland to a very hot spot. Big fly came from Walker. Shoveled forward, Carazzo, Hadley. Oh, that's a clever kick by Hadley. Ferrito keeps it in to Anthony. And now Anthony, well, that wasn't to Petrie's advantage. He made a contest, though. O'Halpin, good tackle. Armfield kept his head over it. Terrific tackle by Campbell. Scotland gets it to Murphy on the up.
Murphy Murphy, 65 metres out. Sends it inside the forward 50. Thomas back in defence. Perito a half chance in front. In goes Pratt on his knees. Trying to get away with the football there is Simpson. Stumbles. Got boot to ball. Moved it about 10 metres. Gathered there by Joseph. Goes to Walker. Walker 40 metres out. Thompson pushed out of it by Favola. Tracks it to the behind post. Then he loses control. Coming over the top is Rawlings.
Geez,
and
the
the
intensity's
umpire
up there,
called
isn't it?
for it. I'll say.
Intensity's right up both of these sides. You know, it's an important game for Carlton, and you can see that North Melbourne want to win this for Adam Simpson. It's on the line.
Carlton by 6 points. Ball up. Another boundary throw in. So a pretty acute angle. Hampson got it down to Hadley. Kicks it across the face of goal. Runs to the opposite pocket. And Harvey very content to get it out of bounds.
Has he got a big burst in him, Harvey? I wonder. They might need a burst from him here.
He does. They need it badly.
To run the ground, you know, a running, bouncing goal, or to break a line. Power. Simpson searching. Scotland back turning. Well done, Carazzo. Walker. Gee, McMahon had to get rid of him, and he did, and he didn't tackle him too long. McIntosh couldn't take control. Well done, Simpson. That's Cade Simpson. Another good tackle. Down to you, Tim.
Well, Mackie, you've been talking about bursts where the North Melbourne have got one last burst in them. The Blues have rested Gibbs, and also he's just come back onto the ground. But Judd's still on the bench. He's had 5 minutes on the bench there, so he's ready for one last run in time on.
Just over 6 minutes remaining. Hampson at the second attempt. Anthony has been terrific. 29 possessions now for the youngster. Taken away by Pratt. Searching kick down towards half forward. Back goes Russell. Grimer came in on the angle. Loose ball. Opportunity now for Gibbs falling to the ground. Got a hand pass to Scotland. He in turn to Austin. Austin runs to the wing. Kicks inside the forward 50. Big pack at the drop. Comes to Goldstein. Slips it away to Hansen. Hansen comes up towards the wing, and Thomas, who's been a very good player. Men on in the middle. Oh, and spotting it brilliantly, Robinson came across, gathers the footy, drives it inside the forward 50. Favola missed it, goes back after it now. Favola gets boot to ball. It bounces. Thornton.
Memories of yesterday never far away. And all the things we love are here to stay. The waste continues before our very eyes, while the good times continue to thrill us and surprise. And the beat goes on. The beat goes on. And the beat goes on.
Just for you, Lee, after Fev set it up. Thornton before tonight, 1,267 kicks for 2 goals. Tonight, 6 kicks for 2.
Yes, he's had
ridiculous, isn't it?
An important contribution in the second half.
Not Brett Thornton.
He's kicked 2 second-half goals. Anthony out of the centre. Favola was so important there. Campbell hasn't had a great night. Gibbs did very well. Cruiser kept down low. Harvey gets him. They've got to get a goal here, the Kangas, you'd reckon. Russell held up. Harvey, quick kick going forward. Bauer and McIntosh. Bauer stops and props. Armfield back to Bauer. Keeps his cool. Bauer goes over the top. Gibbs, been an important player, and so's the guy. He's kicked it 2.
Murphy, 4 goals tonight. Plays on, kicks beyond the wing. Coming up to meet it, Thornton. Had a heavy collision with his teammate Bauer earlier tonight. Has come back and been very good on the forward line. Certainly very important. Pratt with courage. Running with the flight of it across half back. Just over 4 minutes now. Miscues with a kick but finds Power. Power, untidy hand pass. Got it back from Campbell. Drives it down towards half forward. Jones is there, almost the mark. Jones, he's through. 45 metres out. Jones kicks. Going back is Petrie. Oh, and it's bounced at right angles and hit the post. Deplorable luck that time.
I think Petrie tried to poke a foot at this too. Just wasn't able to get it.
Oh.
Well, after that, you think it's not their night?
I think so.
Still time. Stevens. It's done well, Stevens. Scotland. Both of those guys got dropped, didn't they, after the Essendon game a few weeks back? Stevens. Good kick to Cruiser. Half-volleyed it beautifully to Judd. And then Judd off one step. Well, Austin didn't take it. And Kangaroos still with maybe one last roll of the dice, you'd think. Got to find a couple of goals. They haven't found one in this last quarter. They've found 8 behinds.
Boundary throw in. Judd, brilliant pickup, emerges with it, goes across the ground. Up comes Robinson, got an unkind bounce. Jones wins it then. Robinson came back, got him, play on's the call. Simpson has been terrific. Kicks inside the forward 50. They need something from McIntosh. Was he being held? Play goes on. Thornton doing it at both ends. Armfield comes away. Kicks to the outer side. And the mark is taken by Simpson, who wants to go. Kicks it long, beyond the wing once more. Pitches just in front of Robinson, close to the line. Simpson. Throw in.
He's got a big heart, Simpson, hasn't he? I mean, he's running on empty, we know that. Still making a contest with Robinson. Ferrito wins an important clearance to Gibson. A natural left foot, a lovely kick to Greenwood, who had a big impact in this game early on Judd, but Stevens cuts it off. And you wonder if that might be it. So eats up a bit of time, Stevens, and then kicks to a contest. Cruiser made it a contest in the end. Greenwood on hands and knees to Pratt, to Ferrito. They keep coming, takes a chance. Little give to Gibson.
Gibson running out of space, goes down towards half forward. Big leap down there by Jones. Petrie gets the crumb, feeds it across to Goldstein, and Goldstein has missed. So inaccurate. That's 9 behinds in this final term. All I can say is, I hope no official has to collect his sample after the game. That would be dangerous. Short one comes into Hadley. Hadley just pops it back to the pocket. And Bauer jabs it very short to Judd, demanding something of his captain, who hacks his way through it, demanded something, and he provided. And then he goes to Russell. 10 points the difference, just over a minute to go. Thornton on the outer side.
He's played his part, Thornton. So Stevens. And now Cruiser. And then Cruiser to full forward. Can Fed have the last say? Getting back Hanson. He needs quick hands. Betts was looming, and so was Favola. Thompson runs away to Harvey. To Anthony. They need a goal from this here. Anthony, can they think their way through? It's got to be quick. It's got to be precise. Swallow. Can somebody take the big grab? Petrie or Jones? Jones flies high. Bowers, little give. Thornton, well done. Carlton is safe. They look like they might be playing finals. I know we've got a month to go, but this is a giant step forward tonight.
Simpson out to Cruiser. Cruiser runs around the outer side, kicks inside the forward 50. Favola did well, got a fist in there. Taken by Rawlings to Pratt. But the clock is down to 20 seconds. Swallow looks tired. Thought about going to Simpson. Decides against it. No sense of occasion. Down towards half forward. Oh, what a mark! What a mark! Throwing himself like a goalkeeper going up to protect the top left-hand corner of the net. Petrie brought it in. Too little, too late. Back to Swallow. A loss for Adam Simpson. A win, more importantly, for Carlton. Carlton win 14-10 to North Melbourne 11-18.
We'll keep our end up, and they will know that they've been playing.
So Carlton by 10 points. Their midfield, as Tim talked about it just after half-time, they really got rolling in that second half, and Murphy got 4 goals. He was very important. 3 of them in the second half, Tim.
Well, the midfield did get rolling in the second half. The midfield coach had plenty to say to you at half-time, though, didn't he?
Yeah, he certainly did. Our numbers were down. Tackles were probably non-existent, so we knew in the second half we had to come out and tackle hard and really try and spread from the stoppages, and we did that, which was good.
And you always knew this was going to be a tough game. A lot of emotion in the Roos performance tonight, given what Adam Simpson did during the week.
Yeah, well, Simo's I was a North supporter growing up, so it's a pleasure playing his last game. He's a great footballer, and I wish him all the best. Yeah, as you said, the emotion was high from them, and we knew we were in for a long battle, and it was good to get over the line.
Well, Murph, how did you rate that performance tonight?
It's pretty scrappy. As you said, they kicked 9 points in that last quarter, so we've got a fair bit of improvement to do if we want to play finals and make some inroads. So there's plenty of work to do.
Well done on your performance tonight.
Thanks, Tim.